Shalom, shalom, wise Salah speaking. All praises to the horizon, peace and wisdom. Call me lover boy. Call me most likely to get laid. I'm sorry, wise Salah speaking. All praises to the horizon, peace and wisdom. I want to do this deep video. Explaining some simple things. Hopefully everyone's well. Salami. And I'm gonna start like the 2-minute mark. Oh my god, this is funny. Peace and wisdom all out. Many of you guys know why Many of you guys ever know why I'm laughing? Sound is good. Thank you, love. I'm sorry, I can't help it. Get my laughs together. Get the frequency right. Wisdom is dependent on the frequency. So is joy. Hate, envy, all these different things. They're different frequencies. So I'm in laughing spirit. Then I have to find the frequency. It's a deep thing. I don't know if y'all grasp what I'm saying. Just imagine yourself when you're in laughing, giggly spirit. But then you have to turn it off to do something deep. You're still laughing though, so it's hard. Meaning your brain is not in the same tune or tone of thought when you're laughing and having fun than it is when you're doing something. And so you get it? I have to find my tune. Peace and wisdom, Slim Reaper. Now, if you guys have any questions or something before I start, you can ask now. Like I said, I'm trying to find my rhythm, my tune. Most people y'all watch on YouTube, they have a script of some sort. You know? A topic. Maybe a quick research they've done. And so do you get my point? I'm not saying a written script, but they have like a script. I don't have a script. All the wisdom is here. In that, you get it? It's easy for me to play. Do many things at once. That's just a jewel for some of y'all that's wisdom seekers or teachers. The more wisdom you have up here, and it's not dependent on like an outside source like Google, a book, this thing or that thing. The more wisdom you have up here, the easier it will be for your personality. You get my point? To coexist with the wisdom. Most people lose their personality, they lose their self with the wisdom. Look at it like wisdom and ignorance. So as an example, we could say, and this is not a pinpoint example, but let's say those that's lost into the street life, the tough guys, they don't show their personality. That'd be the first thing you notice about those that's lost into the street or the tough guy persona, but to the extreme end of it. They kind of cover up their personality, their laughs. You get it? So it's the same on the opposite end. As you come into the wisdom, just like the person comes into the street life, you get my point? The personality could start to get lost the further in you go. In that, most wise people have no personality, or they think not showing it. You get it? But usually they have no personality. They become lost in the wisdom. So it's the same with the person on the other end. Lose their personality. And so whatever you're doing, you want to hold on to your personality. This is yourself. Perfect the personality. Meaning whatever flaws lie there, perfect that. But for the most part, once you lose your personality, you lose yourself. Now let's get into time travel. Like I said in yesterday's video, for any of you guys that missed it, the way y'all see time travel is inaccurate. All the way the scientists and people who have created this theory, the way they explain it, or the way they have it, is completely inaccurate. Y'all are building theories on top of theories. A theory is a guess. If you have a guess before you move on to a next guess, you need to get that guess. You get it? The guess has to become a proven fact at some point, meaning you have to get the proof of it. You can make all the guesses you want. Now they do have to hold firm or be right. And 1 + 1 you could guess is 3, but at some point you have to get it right. Otherwise, then you'll be like, if 1 + 1 is 3, then 2 + 2 is, you get it? You're going to find yourself off course if you're wrong. Most people don't pay attention to that. If you're wrong once, look at it as going the wrong way. Everything you build on from that moment on is going to be bringing you deeper into wrong. This is why it's dangerous to play with theories, guesses, beliefs, because you can get lost from the path of straightness or what is right. Now, when you're dealing with time travel, like I said in yesterday's video, you can't time travel, whether forward or backwards, beyond your own existence. So everybody has an age. Maybe you're 12, maybe you're 50. Everybody has an age. If you're time traveling, you have to stay within your time, meaning you can't escape your own time. Example, let's say you're 25 years old. You say, I'm a time travel 100 years into the future. You don't exist 100 years into the future. Maybe you do. Let's say you're 125. But most people will die within 100 years. Meaning most people you see now that's 25, they will be dead in 100 years. In that, you're 25, you time travel 100 years in the future. They don't add your death, which is a part of your existence in time. It's just like when you're unconscious sleep. That count as some of your time, even though that's before time and space, so to say. The point I'm making is, If you're 25 years old, you travel 100 years into the future, but you died at 75. Do you get it? You're not going to time travel past your own death. Otherwise, time travel would be a death escaper in perspective. Meaning we could all just escape dying by time traveling over the moment of death. Say, I think I'm going to die at 53. So then I just time travel the day before 53, 10 years into the future, then I'm just going to skip over my death? Most of y'all will say no. It don't work like that. That's my point. Y'all don't know when y'all die. So if you're time traveling into the future, you need a psychic. You need a psychic to tell you when you're going to die. Now I'm just being funny. You get it? A psychic don't know when you're going to die. No man know the hour. But I'm just giving you a perspective. It's a flawed theory. They forgot to add death in there. Now most of y'all will probably say, oh yeah, I'm good on the time travel stuff. I ain't never thought about that. But now that you said it, what if I die next week? I don't want to waste my last week time travel. You get it? I don't want to time travel into my death before it happened. I'd rather it happen in 7 days. I can make the best of my 7 days. Now, of course, nobody knows when they're going to die. I'm just giving you an example. Now, let's say you're 25 years old. You say, nah, I'm going to time travel 30 years into the future. I'll be 55. When you get there, 55 years into the future, when you get 30 years into the future, you'll be 55. You'll be your 55-year-old self. The way y'all have it, y'all probably review it like you're 25, you're going to travel 30 years into the future, and then your 25-year-old self is going to be looking at your 55-year-old self. That part. That means there's a you right now, there's a you in the future, there's a you over there, there's a you 5 minutes from now. What are we talking about? That part. The theory is flawed. It makes no sense if you understand life. If you don't understand life, then you get it. You can build up any scenario you choose. Now, you're 55 years old. You're 25 years old. You travel 30 years into the future. You just be your 30-year-old self. Your 55-year-old self. All you have is the present. So even if you time travel into the future, you're still going to be in the present. Most people don't get that part. There's not 3, 4, 5, 17 different presences. There's just the present. You can think into the past, you can think ahead into the future, but there's still the present. Now, when y'all are thinking about time traveling, y'all are forgetting that y'all are in the current present thinking ahead. In that, you get it? You're creating two of yourself. You're looking at it from the perspective of now in a time that it has not come. You're not looking at it from a reality. If I travel 30 years into the future, I'm just going to be myself 30 years in the future. Not two different me's, but just me as my 55-year-old self. In that, you will have lost 30 years of your life, but according to you, you time traveled. So according to you, you lost nothing. According to everybody else in the society, 30 years in the future, they're just going to say you've been missing for 30 years. So let's say you have kids. They're 5. You're 25. Tomorrow, you're going to time travel 30 years into the future. When you get there, your kids are going to be 35. You're going to be 55. And your kids are just going to know, my father disappeared for 30 years. Meaning, I don't know where he was at. And you're going to say, I didn't disappear. I time traveled 30 years into the future, meaning you're going to be a lunatic in that society. Now, what truly happened is you stepped into this machine, and the machine robbed you of 30 years. The machine played the trick on you. 30 years went by. For some reason, you think a second went by. And now, when you get out of the machine, do you get it? You're your, you're your 55-year-old self thinking like I time traveled into the future. It happened in an instant, but it didn't. It's a trick on the person, meaning if there's a time travel machine ever created, stay away from it. You can't trick life. Sorcery. Get it? A time travel machine will be sorcery. A trick against you. Again, you get into the time travel machine. You can't cheat life. You time travel 30 years into the future in an instant. You lost 30 years of your life. According to you, you instantly popped up 30 years ahead in the future. According to everybody else in the future, you just been missing in action for 30 years, and now you popped up talking about you time traveled into the future, even though you're 55 years old. A lot of y'all think if I time travel into the future and I'm 30, I'll get there and be 30. So your time travel machine must have stopped time. If you travel 30 years into the future, what does that have to do with you aging? Is it an age stopping machine or a time travel machine? If you say it's a time travel machine, well, if you time travel 30 years into the future, I would suppose you'd be 30 years older. Even if you think it happened in a flash of a second, you'd have to be 30 years older. Or there'd have to be two of you. The 25-year-old you that popped up 30 years later looking at your 55-year-old self, which would break the law. What sense that make? How there's two of you in existence. Some of y'all will say it's a different timeline. It's not. You traveled 30 years into the future. You didn't say anything about you traveled 30 years into the future, switching lanes on this highway called time. I wouldn't even know what that is. What are we even talking about anymore? This is how y'all conversations be when y'all building up on theories. Y'all think of things to... If the theory is disproved, y'all think of things to correct it, not realizing the theory is just completely flawed. Time travel wouldn't work in that way. Meaning I'm giving you all the examples so most of y'all can grasp time travel would never work in the way y'all have it. Y'all don't understand time and what self is. Y'all are lost into the body. In that, do you get my point? If I ask most of y'all, why isn't there two of you in Dream in regards to parallel universes? Wouldn't Dream be a parallel reality? But why when you go there, which is a time traveling, or one escaping time, I'll get into that, but there's not two of y'all in Dream, and that would be a parallel reality. But this is a reality y'all don't count, just like y'all don't count the death and the coming into being. So let's say you're 25, you say I'm a time travel back 30 years into the past. You don't count your time in the womb. You don't count your time that you was ejaculated out before you got into the womb. You don't count where you were as a soul before your daddy even orgasmed you out. None of that is considered. A lot of the ancient texts are explaining these things. The times y'all do not count. like the Zep Tepi in ancient Egypt, which means the first time. It's speaking of things like that. Meaning y'all have an unconsciousness, which is a darkness. Y'all have a dream state conscious and a consciousness, physical consciousness. All of these things coinciding with your coming into being. Before you had a physical body, you didn't have a physical conscious. You get it? Your physical consciousness or your physical body coincides with you having a physical awareness. You have a dream state awareness or consciousness. It coincides with your spirit body. You have an unconsciousness. The two are an extension of that, or you can say the unconsciousness manifests out as spirit, then physical. Look at it like airs, dark airs, or any airs. There's so much stuff inside the airs desperate to come out. See, these are the things y'all don't think of. You got atoms of all kinds in the air. These are literal or physical things that are unphysical, waiting to be manifested. Hot air meets cool air. You get liquid rain. You can say that the rain is hidden in the air. Or water is hidden in the air, waiting to be manifested out. But it's more than just water. Any substance you could think of is manifesting out of the airs. You get my point? It's like the element chart when I showed y'all. All those letters on the element charts are different states of airs. You have different temperatures of air, different dew point. In that, you have different atoms in the different temperatures or different dew points of air. In that, when they merge, the atoms within them merge. View the atoms like micro deities within the airspace. Just like within substance, you have the micro deity within it. Meaning any liquid you could think of, there's micro entity within it. Kind of like semen. Semen is a liquid, but it has sperm cells in it, millions of them, in every little drop of it. You get my point? It's the same with soda. It's the same with alcohol. We don't see the entity within the substance, but when we drink or consume it, the entity within the substance attacks the micro entity within us. Meaning if you're drinking alcohol, let's say, there's antagonists and agonists within it. These are what the micro deities are called, you can say. And they attach themselves to your nervous system cells, let's say, causing you to be like, you get it? You say, man, I'm drunk, I'm a little wobbly because of that. The entity within the substance are attacking the cells within your body, which are small entities too. And that, you get my point? They're binding themselves to it. In that, you get the urge. You say, damn, I got the urge to have a little drink. That urge isn't you. That urge is the deities that you consume that have now bound themselves to you. So it go deep. Yeah, I'm not sure what you're talking about, but I'm about to block you in a minute. Salam, shalom. Said like when, like when drinking sperm, you feel energized. You have to go up. You have to go to OnlyFans with your behavior. Salam, shalom. This is a family. This is a family show. Children come in here. That kind of behavior is not allowed. What will my sponsors say? What will my sponsors say? Get it together, honey child. Now, back to the deep lesson. You have to play with the fools a little bit. The dumber a person is, the harder their brain is. A wise person's brain is more, you know, this is a truth. Meaning, hard-headedness, closed-mindedness. These are expressions of stupidity or dumbness. If the person is hard-headed, do you get it? Closed-minded, that means the brain is restricted in that way. Remember, your brain is not the skull. Your brain is the gooey, gulpy, nasty stuff inside. And everybody's is of a different consistency depending on how dumb or smart they are. And so they cut open a fool's head, you know? It'd be like Play-Doh. A wise man's head would be more like silly putty, snot, nice flow. A fool's brain is stuck, stiff, Play-Dohy like. It's a deep thing. Now, where was I at? Some of y'all think I'm being funny. I'm giving y'all deep cues. If you close-minded, your brain is hardened. This is not good. I like to talk about calcified pineal glands. And I talk about the hardened brain. Now, time travel. I'm trying to remember where I was. Oh, I was speaking of unconsciousness, dream state consciousness, and physical consciousness, and how they all coincide with the three aspects of yourself, your being, mind, spirit, and body. So the point I was making is y'all don't count those aspects of your existence as a part of your time. So if I ask most of you guys, how long is your unconsciousness? This isn't a thought that ever popped into mind. You don't even know how to answer it. If I say, how long or broad is your spirit? Most of y'all say, I don't know how to answer that. If I say, how long or broad is your physical life? Well, maybe y'all can answer that. I'm say, I'm 25, I'm 30. You get my point? But if I ask y'all, how old are y'all in the spirit? That's the dream world. How old are you there? How old are you in your darkness, the unconsciousness? Do you get my point now? Y'all know how old y'all are in the physical. But the unconsciousness was before you opened your eyes and was physical. So how old are you there? Now y'all have y'all scientists and y'all people that deal with time travel theory, and do you see how lost they would be if we were sitting at a table right now talking about time? That part. The intellect is way beyond where y'all are. Y'all are talking about things that don't even make sense, and having come to the conclusion, hold on, our theory don't make no sense. There's so much more. Some of y'all are deep thinkers and you like, damn, he just gave me the deepest thought that I'm going to be stuck on for quite a while. That part. Y'all lost on make-believe time travel talk that don't even make no sense. It's not even interesting because it don't make no sense, but what I just said is interesting. It's a deep thing. Any of y'all got the answer? Meaning, how old are you in the spirit? In the spirit realm or the dream realm, how old are you? How long was your time there thus far? How long was your time in the unconscious? Don't forget, you go there every day just like you come into the physical every day. So don't say that don't make sense. You come into the physical every day and you know how old you are here. How old are you in the unconscious? You go there every day too. That part. I know the unconscious. This is what awakening is, when the unconsciousness is light to you. I can tell you everything that's there. I'm lying. There's nothing there. But that's not the point. Stay with me. You get it? It's a deep thing. You gotta be careful with wise men like myself. I can take you on a roller coaster, a mental one. Then stop it and let you fly out. What happened? The nigga said you're high. You're high and you're lost on high. Stop coming to my chin with that negative bum talk. My mind is too crisp for whatever you talking about. If you lacking on money and you need to get high, you go to your local weed man and you beg him for credit. But you don't need to come here with them bummy conversations. My channel ain't the gathering, the smoke session. You see any weed? That part. Don't disrespect me, and I don't want to keep playing with y'all like that. Whatever perspective you hold of me, that's beautiful. You make sure you got your fucking perspective right, and I'm not gonna keep telling y'all that. And that's the realest talk I could tell some of y'all. Some of y'all lost in your negativity. Your life all fucked up, shit ain't going your way. Now you overly reaching for anybody you could see for something negative to say. Get your life together. I'll say it again, get your life together. If you too bummy and dumbed out, you don't need to come here. That part, a lot of y'all be cut off in life, you still be carrying on. I don't want to make it a new generation versus old generation. Just get y'all lives together. I don't come here for that clown shit a lot of y'all got going on. Y'all be in them environments, you get it? Y'all be in them environments, in them circles where y'all all be secretly hating on each other and tearing each other down. A lot of y'all are a part of those kind of circles. And you carry on in your ways in that way. That's where that kind of behavior come from. When you surround yourself with snakes so you get no assistance in anything you're trying to do in life. A lot of y'all are a part of things like that. You are part of something, but you get it? When it come time for you to need assistance and get something going, where they at? You follow? That part. That's how you become the bitter bum running around spewing out negativities to this person or that person. It start with the group. And so a lot of y'all need to realign yourself with, you know, people that got something going on, people that's positive. Other than that, being lost in stupidity, the most pathetic thing. And whatever teacher's envious and you keep sending your clowned out, you know, following here, get a life. Now I'm about to get back to this deep content. Damn, I need a moderator to block off the bum so I can keep the comments of those of y'all that have questions. That's what that is. When you see these trolls popping up, I guess there's a teacher that's envious. You know how that go. This is YouTube. People are so insecure in life. Peace and wisdom, dark and monk. Salam, shalom. Michael Williams. Y'all be talking like y'all live in a movie. Bro said, stay motivated and dedicated. Blood, I'm just giving y'all wisdom for the moment. Y'all be lost in stupid stuff. Y'all think y'all Black Panthers and all this weird shit from movies, so y'all be dumb talking. Stay positive, baby, and stay dedicated. Motherfucker, I'm just giving you quick wisdom right quick. Apply it to your life, nigga. What do y'all be talking about? Don't take offense. Grasp what I'm telling you. Y'all like live in life like y'all looking for a movie to fall into. A lot of y'all need to focus on self, get your life together. Y'all be talking weird shit. Nigga talking about you look like Snoop Dogg. When you go to school, there's not that many special ed classes. So it make you wonder, like, damn, how does when I get grown? How when I get grown, mostly everybody special ed, how do y'all slip into regular class? It's motherfucking 5,000 special eders. Now let's get to this deep wisdom. Trying to see if any of y'all are in here that can be a moderator for me. That way when y'all ask a question, I can see it. Otherwise, I'm not gonna see it through all these retarded people. Those of y'all that come in here on that retard time, you do know that you could go down to the SSI office, put some peanut butter in your ass and play crazy or something. You ain't really got to play though. You a little throw. Boom, blah. Now, let's get back to the deep knowledge. I had to block off the bums. I'm sorry. When you're dealing with time travel, like I said, you have many different aspects of your being. The unconscious aspect, the dream state aspect, this is your spirit, and the physical. And everybody knows how long their time has been in the physical. But if I ask you guys about the unconsciousness and how old are you in that space predating this physical. You get it? Look at the unconsciousness and the conscious mind as one thing expanding. So there was unconsciousness first, and that had to expand into an awareness. Dream first, then physical awake. All of this coinciding with your going from airs, which is you before orgasm, then you being orgasmed out as substance, that substance becoming physical matter. So you get it? All three of those coinciding with the three I just said. You know, the unconscious mind, the dream state mind, and the physical. Now everybody knows how old they are in the physical, but if you ask people how old are you in the unconscious, that thought wasn't even thought before. And so when you're dealing with time travel, you got to understand your own being, because you can't time travel beyond your own existence. Meaning if you weren't alive in the year 1912, you couldn't time travel to the year 1912. You weren't here then. You get my point? You just time traveled 19 years. Well, not 19 years. That's a long time, but wherever you were in 1900s, meaning this is before space and time for you. You wasn't physical yet. You get it? You time travel there. Just like if you died a week from now, when you time travel 10 years into the future, you just time travel 10 years into your death. However long your death is, you just be time traveling into that. In that, you cheat yourself out of your life. You can't time travel beyond your own existence. Yeah, the life we live in, it goes long, but that has nothing to do with your existence. Your existence is your existence. In that, do you get my point? Some of y'all may have the mind, man, we could time travel back in the ancient Egyptian times. You weren't here then. And all you have is the present. So that time is not even here for you to time travel back to. If you grasp what I'm saying, nobody can time travel beyond their own existence. In that, none of y'all would ever be able to get that far back in time. And it wouldn't matter because that time doesn't even exist anymore. Current Egypt is the same place as ancient Egypt because all you have is the present. Do you get it? There's not two Egypts. Old Egypt, that's in When Egypt first started in the Egypt we have now, the Egypt that first started over time is now where we are. Your time traveling back to ancient Egypt, do you get it? There is no place ancient Egypt. There's just present day Egypt. There's just one Egypt. You don't even have to call it anything. That place is the same place that was as long as it was. Now you traveling back in time to see how the people of ancient Egypt lived, there would be nobody in ancient Egyptian time because they're all in the present. You get my point? If you time travel 10 years into the past, no one would be there because everybody's in the present. Whoever was whoever was 10 years ago, they 20 now in the present. You traveling back in time don't make everybody in existence go backwards. What sense would that make? Again, if you time travel back 10 years ago, so that means we all got to go back with you. Now when you go back, we're all there. Let me guess. We're in the present and we're in the past and we're in the future and we're everywhere you want us to be to make the theory make sense? That part. It's not how it works. We just have the present. That's why I tell y'all it's important to learn to be in the present. Most people let their minds go to the past, thinking of their past traumas or whatever, or they let their minds go ahead into the future, what they gonna do. In that, completely missing out on the present. If you're thinking about the past in the present or thinking ahead in the present, you are not making the most out of your present, which is going to determine the future. This is how most people get stuck sitting around doing nothing. Too much planning. You don't want to plan too much. You want to know what you're going to do and get to it. You can make plans as you go. This is the best way to plan. This is why the black race hasn't gotten anything accomplished. Because we always quick to say, we got to get a plan. Let's talk. We got to get a plan. You got to know your task and get to work. And you can plan as you go. Example, you say, we need to build a house. You don't sit around now thinking, all right, what house are we going to build? What are we going to get to starting to build the house? You start with the platform, the foundation, so to say. And by the time you're done with the foundation, I'm sure y'all will have came to an idea. Okay, let's do an A-frame or this or that. You plan as you go. That way you get work done. Otherwise, you'd be sitting still making plans but never getting anything done. This is just a jewel for some of y'all that be stuck. You got all the plans in the world, but you haven't gotten to any of them yet. Start with the thought and get to work on that. I get a thought right now, I want to write a book explaining the Mayan calendar. I'm not going to sit and think, okay, how I'm going to start. You get it? I just get straight to it. It will come to me as I'm going and I will order it, and you get it? Otherwise, I'll be sitting there stuck. And so you want to stay in the present and take advantage of every present moment. Meaning, if you get a thought in the present, then you act on that thought. To sit and plan on that thought is to now go into the future, and this is when you rob yourself of the present. Now, when you become well versed in the present, understanding that that's all there is the present. If you time travel 20 years into the past, it will be empty because everyone is in the present. If a person was 20 years ago, they're 22 now. And your traveling back 20 years is not going to make them go back with you, and there's not a bunch of them scattered all over the place. Meaning every minute of the day is not a different them. It's just one of them moving through their existence or time. Same as you. You go back in time, the whole life ain't gonna go back with you. The whole life can't. There's just the present. I'm saying that so y'all could grasp you cannot time travel in the way y'all have it. Time travel isn't a physical thing. Y'all are not physical. Y'all are minds. Y'all come from this reality, which is physical. Y'all go into the dream reality, which is not physical. Y'all go into unconscious darkness, dark space. All the dark cosmic space in existence. Y'all ping pong out of these three existences daily. But you only count the physical, which is the time part. Y'all don't count before space and time, which is your dream realms, which is space, and your unconsciousness, which is before time. So you have your unconscious realms. Be clear, y'all visit there, y'all just have no awareness there, but you have your unconscious realms. This is before space and time. You have your dream realms. This is your realm of space. No time though, but space in regards to y'all moving about and having experience. Then you have the physical life, which is time, space, everything basically. The physical life or your life itself is time. You don't live in time. You are time. When I say you are time, you are a thing that is alive, living. You can measure that life by time. Look at time as a ruler to measure life. Life not being a physical thing, meaning you're living and being in existence, your body is physical. But you as a life, which is an awareness, a seeing, that's not physical. You get it? In that, time is just the measure of a life. Meaning time is not a real thing. You just have life. Time is an expression of the length of that life. But all there is the life or the existence of the individual. Everybody has their own time. When you fall into unconsciousness and your time stops, mine doesn't. When I say your time stops, you have no awareness or consciousness of time. You only get back on time track when you wake up. So what time is it? In unconsciousness, you have no track of time. There is no time. Same when you're in dream. You have no track of time. You're not even thinking about time. You just existing. The point I'm making is there is no time. If y'all can understand that, then y'all will understand y'all do not live in time or in life. Y'all live in death, and y'all are time or life. You get it? Everything around you is either dead or dying. You don't live in life. You live in life because the solar body is a living being no different than we are. And we have cells within us, smaller bodies. But, do you get my point? That body is on a path to dying, meaning you live in death. The body is a thing of the darkness, the thing associated with the death, not the life. That's why it dies. It falls asleep, which is like a micro death. But the awareness that you are, or the life, it can come into life even in the death. Y'all call that dream. Look at it like that. When you fall into unconscious sleep and you have a dream, this is like the soul or the life that you are, being able to have life anywhere, even in dark death. It's a deep thing. I don't think most of y'all ever thought on that. When you fall into unconscious sleep, this is like micro death, a micro aspect of it. When you have a dream in that non-existent state, meaning you don't even know you exist, so how do you even get your mind or awareness that you are to dream and see? That's the glory of self. Meaning even if you are knocked into non-existence, dark space where you can't be found, somehow you still have life. You get it? And so that's for all of y'all that's real low. I want to kill myself. You can't. So get it out your mind. It's not about killing yourself. It's about learning to appreciate the life that you are. You get my point? In that, it's a deep thing. Y'all have a lot to do with y'all life and can be a life for others. Some of y'all are happy. There's people miserable. Go to work. Some of y'all have wealth. There are people that are impoverished. Go to work. It's about transcending the negativity. Half y'all was poor, and when you was on your path to get rich, you say, man, you had somebody in mind besides yourself you was gonna get rich too. You had the mind, I'm gonna change all this broke shit I come from. But somewhere in the path you lost your way. And just like the person who may have been miserable and then, found a happiness, a joy, they don't think, let me go back and trans some of this unhappiness that others have. Y'all move ahead with y'all joy. It's cool to move ahead with your joy or whatever gift you've given in life, but at some point you still have to double back. Meaning you have a time for yourself with your gift, but then at some point the gift has to be given forward. Meaning whatever gift you receive in life, a gift is always a gift. Look at it like that. Whatever you earn is what you earn, and a gift is always a gift. And that whatever you receive as a gift, you use it, but it can't be thrown away. It has to stay what it is. So you give it on when you're done with it, or you're not using it anymore. Unless it's a gift, that's sentimental. But even with those things, you get my point? I'm sure there's someone you're sentimental with yourself, so do you get my point? The gift, it still can always be what it is. Now let's get back to the topic. Is this too deep for some of y'all? What happened to the trolls? Oh, y'all still here. Why did I speak? Why did I speak so soon? Don't worry, I'm looking for those of y'all that are regular viewers that may have a question. I don't want to miss y'all if y'all have a good question, but it's too many retards in here. So if you have a question and it's a good one, just give back, then your comment or your question will light up in yellow. Meaning if you give back, I'll see your question. Now, you cannot time travel beyond your own existence. Meaning, damn, they ain't got like a rapid speed block, like, where you could just like machine gun block. Ain't got a fully automatic block button on here where you could just like block off like 50 people at once. Damn, I don't want to block the wrong people. Y'all getting all wrapped up in here with the bozos. Salam, shalom, to whoever said, hello, I'm sub, love your stream. Edit center, whoever that is, salam, shalom. Whoever said anything nice, salam, shalom. Now, yeah, block the spammers for me, Lion Zion. Here you go, brother. Thank you, I appreciate that. Okay, brother. I appreciate you, man. I made you the moderator. Whoever's not, get rid of them immediately. Now I'm waiting on you to see if Lion Zion, don't time them out. Get rid of them. Like block them. You don't gotta read nothing. If you see it's stupid, just get it out of here. Now, if you can't handle it, let me know, because you don't seem to be doing a good. That's only right. I'm seeing multiple comments still pop up like you're not even a moderator. You're not doing the You're not doing that good of a job, big baby. Come on, Lion Zion, get it together, man. I don't want to unmoderate you, but it's looking like I might have to, brother. You're not that good as a. You're not that good as a moderator, big baby. You have to get it together. All right, Lion Zion, I'm gonna give you a little bit longer. You on here work on. He on here chopping away now. Take your time, champ. But get these losers out of here. Don't block the wrong people either. It's not about blocking, just those that's clearly retarded. Like Slim Reapers. They coming in too fast, champ. There's a mad ass teacher somewhere tight. That nigga probably was teaching time travel. He like, I got to interfere with this video. Blood, I'm doing 50 of these. I'm doing 50 more time travel videos. So your joint is debunked, champ. You gotta just start from the beginning. Now, you got everything together, Lion Zion. For the rest of y'all, let's get back to the deep. If you're a teacher and you teach time travel and you teached it wrong, so you're probably panicking, hoping people don't see this video because it's clear cut that, y'all theory is inaccurate. Wisdom's not about that. And so, wisdom got to do with always checking the self, meaning making sure the self is still on an honorable and fair path. Otherwise, you've lost your way, and this is why you lack in the wisdom. Meaning, if you keep the spirit balance and the mind straight on a path of righteousness, which is to be right, when you are wrong, you will make adjustments to be right. You won't try to make whatever is right against you wrong. In that, you get my point? This is how most teachers lose themselves. They get lost into their envy. They get lost into their notoriety and becoming insecure about whatever, stature they think they have. In that, do you get my point? They lose their way. Then you see like 1,000 trolls popping up in my video, but that's what that's from. Like somebody that does not want y'all to hear this. More than likely, whoever don't want y'all to hear it, they teach it inaccurately. So it's a deep thing. Lion Zion, are you working, brother? What's going on? Anybody else want to be a moderator? Because you're doing a terrible job, Lion Zion. Now, on the path to wisdom, make sure you keep your emotional state on the balance or the positive side. Because if you let it fall into the negative side, you get my point? This is where you get, evilness from. Meaning evilness is a real thing. It predates the physical. The evil acts you see men doing are just evilness manifesting through man. In that, if you can grasp, evilness is its own glorious thing. Has nothing to do with physical. It has to do with intention, ideal, principality, things of that nature. These things manifesting through man. Look at these things, look at them as unseen deities of the darkness. And the doorway to them is through your negative emotions. Meaning if you let yourself get depressed, angry, hate-filled, envious, this is when the mind kind of opens up the doorway for these entities, which are like ideas, to manifest in your head or your mind. This is how a person does ugly deeds, things of dishonor, and get like that. Letting their, emotional state get out of frequency. The emotions being the doorway to these unseen entity that we don't know. So you do have evilness and you do have good. And so you get it? The positive emotional states is the doorway to letting in the positive entities. And that you will get positive ideas, glorious thoughts. And if you have a lot of bitterness and envy and hate inside of you, most of your thoughts are going to be, you get my point? One's concerning negative actions. And so you want to keep track of your bitterness. Your bitterness is going to be, your bitterness is going to coincide with your stagnance. So if you feel like you don't have anything going on in life, you're probably more than likely to be a snake to whoever is around you that does have something going on, not even realizing it. And so, if you're someone growing or you have goals in life, you want to make sure you have everything in alliance. Meaning all the people around you should, you get it? Be supportive in whatever goals you have or endeavors you engage in life, and vice versa. If you have someone around you, let's say you have a group of 8 people that's your besties, but one of them is unsupportive. They're always present, but they're not supportive in anything. There's your snake. Or there's your weed in your growth. Look at yourself as a flower. You're growing. This is your goals you're trying to accomplish, and just you as a person. You're going to have weeds around you. This is people who are not genuine. You have to learn to discern them and move them away, viewing yourself as a flower. You're going to grow, weeds are going to attach. You have to be able to discern who around you is a weed, maybe someone close to you. Well, this will always be someone close to you, because you get my point? Your enemies have no connection to you, so your only enemies truly are the people who are close to you, who are not genuine, because they are going to lead the enemies to you. You get it? And so I guess that's why they say keep your enemies close, your friends closer. And so you get my point? If you somebody, that may feel like you have some stagnance in life. You have things going, but you're like, why is it not catching? You have not removed your weeds. You probably have a bozo right around you that you already know. And this motherfucker always going against shit I say. It seemed like he wanna just, you get it? Y'all have those friends where y'all like, this motherfucker always got something to say or always seem to want to go against the grain. Get them out of there. That is the weed. And so that conversation goes deep, I want to stay on time travel, but if you somebody, you know, on that path of life, growing or have like goals, you have to make sure all your stars are aligned. Look at it as the people around you. They have to have the same good energy for whatever you're doing. Say, man, I'm about to be a rapper. All the people around you should be excited and supportive in helping you in any way they can. It shouldn't be no like, you get it? Okay, and type of stuff. It should be the same excitement you have for it. And whatever they're doing, it should be the same. Meaning there's enough room for you to be excited for yourself and whatever you're doing and helping yourself. And there's enough room for you to help somebody else and be excited for them as they're doing what they're doing. So there's no excuse where a person could tell you, I'm just focused on what I'm doing right now. That's bullshit talk. You get my point? And so if you were part of a group, some of y'all are part of groups or families where the group or family itself just ain't right. You may have to separate yourself from a whole pile. Maybe you have to separate certain people, but you get my point? Life is a matter of growth. You understand flowers and weeds? Apply those lessons of nature to self. Meaning weeds are growing on flowers just so man can learn a lesson. In regards to the flower, if man don't remove the weed from the flower, then what are we talking about? Because the flowers ain't removing the weeds from themselves. And so I'll say again, weeds growing on flowers is just a lesson for man to learn when he decide to look. I always tell y'all I learn directly from life. Again, whenever y'all decide to look, y'all will come to grasp. Everything is happening just so I can learn. It don't matter for the thing. It don't matter that there's weeds growing with the flower because the flower cannot remove the weeds from itself. And a man removing the weeds from a flower, he can learn a lesson for himself, which was the whole purpose to begin with. You get it? It's not about the flower because the flower can't remove the weed from itself, so it's about man. And that's everything else on life you could see. It's a lesson, but man, you get it? You don't pay attention to things. He said, how do you permanently kill the weeds? It's not about killing, and it's not about being angry about anybody that's around you. That is a weed. It's a loved one, but they're a weed, so you have to separate yourself. But your mind should still be, I hope that they kind of get their brain together so they can be brought back in. If your mind is fuck them, I'm gonna kick them out of the whip, fuck them. You was never a friend to begin with, and more than likely are a family member, and more than likely your whole circle are whip. Y'all all snakes. It wasn't just who you kicked out the whip, but you are a reflection of that snake. You get my point? Meaning some of y'all are gonna get to what I said, and you are the snake. You are part of a whole snaky group, and y'all all snakes. It's about getting the self right, then applying these things. Not applying them to the self when you're still living wrong. Wait till you on the right track and path. Then apply these things so it be done right. Otherwise, a lot of y'all will be throwing away people and you are the problem. When you get yourself together, then you like, damn, I was throwing away people that was further ahead of me, that I actually needed. There's people that may have done me like that in life. And now they double back like, damn, I was supposed to keep him. He was further along than I was at the time. And I thought, like, you get it? Like that. Meaning y'all don't always grasp things in the moment because y'all may not be there in intellect to grasp. In that, you see it wrong because you are you get it? And so, you have to be self-aware and then go from there. Damn, Lion Zion, you moving fast, big baby. Give him a chance. I think you might be blocking off people that don't mean no harm. PA 69, send that money to my Cash App or something. Yeah, make sure you don't block off anybody, that don't have any bad intentions. Some people do. Some people just giggly and goofy in their ways, and they may say something goofy, but they're not a troll. And make sure it's a troll. Now that was just a quick lesson. Call it a commercial break. Now let's get back to this time travel. Okay, you only have the option to remove them for 24 hours. That's fine. Whatever you could do. I appreciate it, champ. Salami. Thank you. Now, see, like Lion Zion, I know he's solid, supportive, things like that. I don't know if he's weak or not. Meaning that he's loyal. The extent of his loyalty is going to be dependent on how strong he is. If people can run over him and manipulate his mind, then you get my point. And so you got to understand people in that way. A coward can never be loyal to you because once pressure come upon them, they're going to crumble on you. And most people ain't going to look you in the eye and be like, I'm just a coward, I'm sorry. They're going to try to be like, nah, but you get it? And that is like a double slice. You betray me now, you're going to try to throw me under the bus and make like I did something. And so you get my point? You got to learn people, but that comes from experiences. And you're not getting bitter in the experience. Then you can see the experience clearly, learn the lesson from it, and make your adjustments. That's how I always do. He said, I don't like blocking people if I can. Just block the trolls. Is it the spirit that travels to dimensions? Your mind, which is the awareness that you are. That is what travels. There's nothing else. Ancient Egypt, they have it as the Yak. The Yak is the whole soul, or the action of the soul. The soul is the mind. The mind can think. Some of the thoughts being thoughts of action. So think like when you think and then you act. This is the soul. Like how y'all see the Ak flying away. That's what ancient Egyptians mean. Your mind or your soul is like your body. It can sit still or act. Whether in the body or out. This is why y'all move about and dream. But do you get my point? The action part of the mind or the soul is the will. One who doesn't have a lot of actions has very little will. Say like he don't got the will to go on no more. You get it? It's like to say the action part of his brain or the moving part of the soul that wants to go forward. It don't have the will no more. Like that. I'm saying it in that way so you can grasp it separate from the body. The body is a mirror of whatever the soul is. So you get it? Naphtali Alicia, you're lost into all the bootleg witchcraft stones and all the retard talk. Come here when you grasp self and all things that have to do with self. There's nothing outside of self you need to reach for. There's no stones, and you get my point? There's the self and the understanding of self. Whatever problems you have in life, that's the cure. The understandings of self. No exterior things needed. If I take DMT, will that give me an awakening? I've never met a person that took DMT that was wiser than me. They all come back with the same story. They could have just joined a religion and had the same story that way. You get it? DMT, just a religion. Early religion. Man called it spirit summoning practices. Early religion. DMT and all the psychedelics being a part of that. Early religion. And the man was a drug addict. Still is. But do you get my point? Now let's get back to time travel. Salam, shalom, ocean plains. The average scooter said, "Are you from Chicago?" From my mother's vagina. That box is the block I'm from. Outside of that, I get around like everybody else. Is there some money for me in Chicago or some business? If so, and I'm from there, I'll be there in the morning. About 10 hours from whenever I get the call that there's something there for me. Wherever there's something for me is where I'm from. Y'all claim blocks that y'all have nothing to do with. The one that y'all do have something to do with, which is y'all mother's vagina, y'all never say, "I'm from there." You don't have to say your mother's vagina. You can just say her name. "I'm from so-and-so. Miss so-and-so." Give your mama the glory. This is the block you come from. You get it? You see how whoever know me in life, now they know, oh yeah, it's mama. It's mama, that's weird. That part. Not 103rd Street or none of this weird shit. I'm not saying I got it. I ain't never lived on 103rd Street, whatever that would be in any place. But you get it? I'm just giving you an example. You saying you from 103rd Street gives no glory to your peoples who you came from. And so, y'all gotta get if you black especially, you gotta get your mind off the Babylon time where you're looking to claim everything in society. Claim your culture, claim your people. That's all you got. You claiming the block, but it's not got nothing to do with the block. It's the people from the block. That's your tribe. That's your people. Whatever people from that block helped you out, you claiming them. But you overlooking them when you say the whole block. Even though the whole block ain't even fuck with you. Just certain people. In that, if you keep that in mind, now people ask you where you from, start saying certain people. I don't care if it's a family member or just somebody solid from the neighborhood. Yeah, I'm from so-and-so. Like, that's my big homie. I come from up under his wing. In regards to the block, wherever he at, that's where I come from. Same with your mama. Wherever she moved, you follow along. Like that. We got to start getting real. Y'all reaching for stuff that ain't got nothing to do with us. Only thing got to do with you is your own. Your history is in your own. In self. Not a building, a rock, or none of that. That's why I always tell y'all, the ground, ain't none of y'all come from the ground, so I don't know why none of y'all claiming places. We from Africa, here it is. Ain't none of y'all was born out of no ground. Y'all gonna get put in one. But you was born out your mama's earth. That good old Memphis. That's where you came from. And that thing got legs, it can migrate anywhere in that. What are you talking about? Like you come from this place or that place? You only come from my favorite thing in the world. Wet, warm apple pie. You thought I was going. You thought I was gonna say something bad, huh? I'm in the state that it's like it's real, then it's. There's a guy I usually meet on dates. Oh, you a freak. You wanna join me for some meditations? Let me stop playing with y'all, man. So she's a little weak-minded. I'm having meditations this evening around 1:30 by the river. You wanna join me? Back here, knock out like back in the cave times. Get this back like cave times where men could just knock chicks out with rocks and, go for what they know. Let me not say that. We live in bad times. Niggas will. We got migrants here. They made. I don't want to say that. I'm sorry. Don't do that. Ask chicks for a vagina. Don't caveman it. This is when you knock them over the head, drag them, in the cave and take that. Take that poontang. Don't do that. Now let's get back to the deep knowledge. Naptilia said, they say I have a spiritual husband. Yeah, you lost into a lot of fools talk, little kid talk. A lot of y'all need to grow up. A lot of women need to grow up past the, you get it? Y'all be getting lost in the wisdom that be like sweet talk. Nigga overly bullshit talking you to death. Y'all be having all this kind of talk. My spiritual husband, and they get pathetic. I ain't trying to make none of y'all feel bad, but if you a woman and you looking for a real man and things like that in the real life, some of y'all too old to be lost in that stupid shit. It make you look so shallow and watered down, and that just come from the heart as a real man. Don't nobody want to hear no, you get it? No chick 30 and older talking about crystals and all this dumb shit. You get my point? When you really consider it from your adult mind, it's just stupid talk. Spiritual husbands and my birth chart sign. You have to grow up at some point and make fucking sense. And so if a lot of y'all women can do that, shit'll be a little better for y'all, you dig? Now, Lion Zion, what are you doing, my boy? I'll slackers. That's what he right. Nigga working for free. Man, yeah, slacker. That's the problem. That's the problem with your Lion Zion. I'm docking your pay. Blood ain't even getting paid, but that ain't the point. I'm docking your pay. What movie was that? They hit him with the I'm docking your pay. What? I'm docking your pay. Who saw that? What movie was that back in the day? That shit. Watch that when I'm done with this if I can remember. Whew. Use all of this as reference of how there are forces in life truly working and have a desire for y'all to be dumb or not learn any new information. And so if you somebody that follows and watch, pay attention to those things. Like how stupid, silly things are never blocked from y'all. The clown behaviors, all the dumb shit, even things that y'all may think like, damn, why they even show that? You get it? They won't block those things from y'all or interfere with that. The niggas on here shooting in the forest and all the weird shit you could think of. If you shoot in the forest, I'm just making an example. Little kids do watch you, so don't get so lost in you getting your money where you forget what I'm saying. It's a deep thing, and I'm sure you ain't in it be influencing little kids to die. But things happen how they do. Just like the rapper. He ain't making the fucked up rap songs to really have the kids follow it, but they do. Him not foreseeing it, or maybe he did, because so many before him done messed up at this point. It should be crystal clear to y'all. But the point I'm making is be aware of those things, especially if you're young. Be aware how, you get it? The lost things, things you even got a mind to know, like, damn, why is they even showing this or promoting this? You in that kind of world. The dumbing you down and the bumming you out. They gonna humble you to death. Meaning they gonna tone you down to death. And at some point you have to become aware and say, okay, hold on. I ain't heard a motherfucker tell nobody to be great and confident and powerful in their ways in quite a while. They just keep saying, be humble, be humble, be humble. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Think on that. They ain't telling us to be powerful no more and confident in yourself. When I was a kid, this is what was told to us. Be confident. You gotta believe in yourself before everybody else. Basically telling you, have a little bit of an ego. You have to speak greatness about yourself and be great before anybody else is gonna identify it. You have to believe it. And that you have to talk it like you walk it. And this generation, be humble. They haven't even got into their ego and confidence yet, and be humble. They already humble. They didn't even do nothing yet. Let them do something. Let them have an ego so you could say, be humble. The point I'm making, they telling y'all to be humble before y'all even got any ego. Before y'all even got any confidence. And now, do you see how low y'all and insecure y'all are? That's not by chance. That's on purpose. And it's by the small little things like making sure y'all hear be humble 50 million times. Don't do, you get it? All that kind of shit that make y'all lesser. Pay attention to how much that is pushed upon y'all. Those who pushing it upon y'all got all the ego, all the confidence, but they don't want you to have it. It's like master and slave. The master tell a slave, be humble, for I slash you back. But the master got all the ego in the world. He got so much ego, he'll slash the back of another grown man that he call his slave. That's the pinnacles of ego. When a grown man giving a grown man a spanking, that's when we talking ego completely gone. But he'll tell a slave, be humble. The slave ain't even barely did shit. The slave just got that little bit of confidence. And nigga said, you better be humble before I rip your back open. Y'all live that now still. Meaning if you black, stop telling your own be humble. The slavery is over. You can't fall for master's tricks and all this dumb shit. Y'all are master now at this point, black people. Everything master taught y'all, y'all just do it to y'all own. And so if you follow me, you be balanced and fair in your ways. But in regards to you being confident, you let that go all the way to the moon. If your ego, meaning your confidence, ain't genuine and true, I'm sure your ego gonna get popped. Meaning it ain't nothing to clean out a nigga's ego. All you got to do is beat him at whatever he got ego in. Fairly, so he fully get. Nigga, you ain't nothing what you think. Ego the easiest thing to deal with. Ego ain't a problem. Again, if you black, let your ego expand as much as you choose. You don't gotta worry about it getting out of pocket, cause another black person gonna come along so fast and pop your shit. I'm sure you know that. In that, do you get my point? Just focus on being great, having something to be great at, and let your confidence and your ego expand from there. Don't let it just expand for nothing, but you find something you're good at, and the more good you get at it, your confidence and your ego will grow, and you just keep it balanced and fair. Just because you're great at something don't mean you better than somebody in life. You follow? Michael Jordan is the best basketball player in life, but he's not better than any of us in regards to us being life. He's just a glorious thing in it. You get my point? You could say he's an inspiration in it, a motivation in it. But in regards to the life that we all are, you get my point? He's not better than you as a person just because he can play basketball really good. You get my point? And so you got to be aware of these things. Lion Zion, I like you a lot, brother. But the way you let that nigger comment just linger like that, and I know you're white, and you erased comments that came after the nigger one, but somehow you didn't see that one. That part, champ. I'm gonna have to take you off being a moderator. That should have been the first one you removed. And that's not a mistake that happened. I know you gonna say, no, it was a mistake. I didn't see it. That wasn't a mistake. Get your emotional state and your mind together, champ. You've been here way too long for something like that to happen. And that's just real talk. And I don't go back and forth with you. You saw that. Just like everybody else in here, they saw that. And you erased the ones that came after that one. And so, this is why nobody like white people. And that's just real talk. Y'all got a problem when black people are telling other black people what's best for them. And y'all got a problem when y'all get told about yourselves. And so even if y'all befriend another race, you get my point? When y'all don't get y'all way, y'all start doing ugly things. Now in real life, Lion Zion, I would have punched you in your mouth. On a real level. I would have dragged your ass. You would have been black and blue. Stomped you out and all of that. Don't never let no shit like that happen again if you're gonna still be around here, champion. You make sure you definitely pay your dues. That was ugly, champ. I don't like no shit like that. You really got me ready to like fuck you up. He ain't commenting because he know what I mean. He said, what was the comment? You know what I'm talking about, champ. I already erased it. You synced it if you erased the one that came right after it. How you didn't see that one? I'm gonna say it again. How you didn't see it and you erased the one that came right after it? That part, champ. Stop acting like you stupid, man. White people like whatever black person that they like, but us as a whole people, and I don't ever lose sight of that when I'm dealing with y'all. Just because one of y'all like me, I already know in regards to my whole race. That part. Y'all were like one or two, but in regards to the whole race, y'all all got a problem with the whole race. We could talk over that shit all we want, but that's the real truth. And so when black people dust y'all off, I'm gonna be the front of the motherfucking line. And so if you white in here, you make sure you stay in good spirits with me. Meaning you make sure you fair with me. Or get the fuck out of here. I don't play with y'all. I know y'all got y'all the black powers and all these. I'm the real one. I don't play with y'all in real life, blood. I'm the real black power nigga of today. I will punch you in your mouth in real life. Anybody know me in real life? No. I will drag a white motherfucker in front of everybody and I wish a nigga interfere. I'm being straightforward with y'all. As a man, I don't care what white person watching. I'll drag your ass you ever disrespect me. Even a little bit. If you even look at me wrong, I'll dust your ass right there on the spot. Like it's not. I'ma dust your ass off like slavery and none of that never happened. You gonna learn that day a deep fucking thing. And any white person I deal with, if you ever, you see how Lion Zion cool here, but I cursed him out so fast. I can't be bought in no way. I can have a whole business dealing with you, million on the table. Disrespect me. You won't get your shit back. I'll violate you for my people. I don't give a fuck if they don't know where I stand. I'll violate the shit out you. Disrespect me and any other black person in my presence. I won't give a fuck if you just heard me violating the nigga myself. You can't do it. Lion Zion, give back to me. Y'all black, y'all don't. Again, I'll curse that nigga out in a heartbeat. Don't play with me like that. I'm not for sale, nigga. Don't nobody better not never get me mistaken for sale. You gonna die. Don't disrespect my honor and who I am as a man. Period. Now I'm about to depart on that note. So I ain't got the, you know. I took offense to that. Not the commenter. You know? You Lion Zion. Now like I said, I'm gonna depart. Hopefully y'all have a good evening. He said give bro a sticker. Indeed, Lion Zion, you ain't got to worry about it. I already voiced my opinion about the matter. You get my point? And you ain't got to hold on to it. Whatever happened with you that made you slip up on that, get the core of it together. Don't wait for the next time to make good. Get the core of how that even happened. That got to do with your spirit and your mind. Get whatever lies there together. And that's real talk. If I deal with a white person and the black person disrespect them in my presence, it's the same. Meaning if a white person is with me and they ain't did nothing wrong and they solid, and they always, you get it? Let's say Lion Zion ain't make the mistake and let that slip. I would have rolled for him against any black person trying to play him. Cause there ain't no need for that. If you get it, he's solid. Y'all need to learn what solid is in this life. Now, Bentley Palmer, I could tell your mother sucked dick her whole life. You was that kid in the back room while your mother was getting clapped out. You was the little kid going through the man back pocket. What the OD on you so bad, I don't even want to do it, champ. Don't come in here with all of that. My mouth ruthless. Meaning I'll fry our soul up. It's people that been, you know, flamed up for years to come off something I said 2016. Some of y'all, I told y'all had your thumb in your ass. That was 2016. You still mad. Some of y'all, I said you wear condoms for no reason and ain't even got no pussy plan. You just wake up in the morning and put on a condom and then go to work. You're gonna rape somebody on your lunch break. There's a person I said that to in 2016, they still mad. You got a retard, he keeps saying, I'm in your walls. Nigga's proud to be a rat. A roach. A squirrel. You know, some shit that would be in the walls. I'm in your walls. Man, I'm grown, blood. If you in my walls, come out. I think he dealing with a kid. There's a monster under your bed. A monster about to die then. What the fuck? Where you from? I'm grown. If there's monsters in the closet, they get beat up. The monsters don't play with grown-ups. Nobody's grown scared of no monsters, and they damn sure ain't scared of retards in the wall. I live in your wall. I live in your mother's walls. Vaginals. I live in your mother's vaginal walls, but this is a whole different story. Salami. Now let me let these bums go. Anybody want to be a moderator? I'm gonna let you be a moderator again, Lion Zion, but I put you on break. I don't know your real intent now. You might think I'm a nigga. Now, I was saying I was going to depart, right? I'll finish. You cannot time travel beyond your own existence. So start there. If anyone builds a time travel machine now or in the future, avoid it. You're going to cheat yourself out of your own life. Meaning, you don't know when you're going to die. So if you're time traveling into the future, always remember you can't time travel to avoid your death. So if you're going to die tomorrow or next week, you wouldn't know. In that, if you're time traveling any amount of time into the future, I wouldn't if I was you, because you may end up in the realm of the dead, which is where you would be in that time. A time travel machine would just be a trick on the person who got in it, meaning it would rob them of all those years, putting them in a mind state where they think that they got somewhere instantly. You have drugs that make y'all lose sight of time. I don't want you to get lost and think, no, if somebody tell you they got a time travel machine, they gonna do something to you, because you can't cheat time in that way. I know y'all got all y'all fake science, but you cannot cheat time or life, meaning there's no time, there's just life. Living. You can't cheat that. You can't rewind that. But y'all viewing life as a physical place, and that, you get it? You're like, well, we can go back to a time that I saw. Ancient Egyptian look different than modern day Egyptian a little bit. I want to go back to the ancient one. You're not realizing ancient Egypt evolved into the Egypt you see now. And there's not two different Egypts, meaning there's not current Egypt and ancient Egypt. There's just Egypt over the years and time. And that, you get my point? There is no rewinding or going back. There's just the present. If you can grasp that, then you can grasp the way y'all have time travel is completely inaccurate. If you think like parallel universes or parallel realities, you're in whatever timeline you're in. That's all you can travel on. That part. How you skip into another reality. There's many possibilities of your existence, but the one you choose is the reality. This is for any of y'all that think like there's parallel universes. You base that on a perspective like, let's say you're not with your baby mother, then you like say there's a reality where we're still together. Those are all possibilities. The one that you chose or did is the reality now. And that's the only thing that is, if you get my point. You get my point? Meaning, you say I walking down the block, I could go left or right. I went right, but there's a reality where I went left. No, there's not. There's just the reality of the decision that you made. In the moment, there were two possibilities, meaning this is your mind going into the future. Should I go left? Should I go right? But there's only the present, which is your standing still. Now, whichever one you choose becomes the reality, and the other one is not a reality. In that, do you get my point? There's not a bunch of different yous and different realities of you simultaneously living. There's just one you. Your existence, and you get it? The measurement of it, which would be the time of your awakeness. Your unconscious and dream state, this is before space and time. Now I have to use the restroom. Can you guys give me 1 second? Anyone wants to give back, do so by clicking the title. My links are there. Otherwise, join the channel. Oh, if you're not a channel member, join the channel. It's best you join the 5th level channel member. But whatever level you can join, I may do a video after this going in depth on time travel, because I didn't even touch the surface yet. Meaning I didn't need to explain how it actually works. I built a time travel machine. So join the channel. Pick a level membership. Like I said, I may come back later this evening. Channel members only video. If you're serious about wisdom, make sure you join the channel. Sometimes I don't mind, playing the games. Coming on here dealing with stupids, but for the most part, that's beneath me. And so if you're serious about wisdom, join the channel. That way you don't get any interruptions. And you can learn the proper way. He said, are you tripping? Lions ain't good, man. Leave him alone. Nobody bother him. I accept your apology, Lion Zion. Don't think about it too much. Leave it in the moment. Just make sure you're not racist. That's the most important thing, because I'm not. And so I don't really play on that, on either side. Everybody gotta treat everybody with respect and get off stupid time. Somebody disrespects you, handle your handle. Outside of that, all the initiating, disrespect, and all of that, y'all have to get off that. Y'all have to get off a flow where y'all think that actually cool. That looks tacky. It makes you look like you have no home training, meaning you embarrass your own elders. A lot of y'all show like your mama was a basehead or something and didn't take the time out with you. And that's not what it's about in life. Disrespecting self and things like that when you carry on in that way. When you're young, I'm sure you view it like, no, I'm not. When you get older, you fully grasp what I mean. It's an insult. I'm speaking from the perspective of a grown-up who does have... I'm speaking from the perspective of somebody in their 40s who does have a grown child. It's not a good look when y'all act like y'all ain't got no home training and y'all actually do. Those of y'all that don't, well, you ain't got to show that to the whole world. Don't nothing look more realer than when you got a good etiquette about yourself and good manners. I don't care who you are, you know goddamn well what I'm talking about. If you 13, the 8-year-old that got good manners and he talking to you, you like, I like him. You get it? It don't matter what age you are. You can always use what's younger than you as an example. And so the main thing, if you a parent and you got youngsters out here, get on them about manners and their etiquette. It's the most important thing. Man, I'm about to depart, like I said. I may return in like 15-20 minutes and actually go in depth on time travel. I may come back tomorrow. Whatever the case, join the channel. That'll be the best thing for all of you to do. The videos are all going to slowly be put on private. Shalom, shalom.